Welcome, Kevin. I'm Devin.
Kevin.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What brings you in today?
My coach, he kind of told me to come in.
Okay.
Not really sure what to expect, but I'm here. It's because he told me to, so.
Okay, well, I'm not really sure why he told you to come in either, but we won't worry about it right now. We'll figure it out.
Right.
First, I just kind of want to let you know what my job is here, what we're doing here on this first session.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to get to know you a little bit, talk with you as an athlete, and see what your mental aspects are that you want to improve on, how to improve your athletic experience as a whole. Just kind of talk about anything you want.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you just some questions, how you got into basketball, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. You can talk as freely as you want. This is a very confidential meeting. It stays between you and I unless you say so otherwise, so feel free to talk about anything you'd like to talk about. I can also give you a brief overview of sports psychology if you'd like, so you kind of know what I do as a sports psychologist.
Sure.
Okay. So just as a sports psychologist, we focus on the psychological aspects of sport and exercise and how we can apply those concepts to your experience in sport, improve your mental performance, improve your athletic performance, and just kind of help you benefit from playing the sport, get you to enjoy it more, get as much out of it as possible.
All right.
Okay? So what I want you to do first, just tell me a little bit about how you got into basketball.
Started at a young age. My whole family played. A bunch of friends I played. I was pretty good in high school, and then I just ended up playing college ball. So, just kind of worked my way up from there, I guess.
Okay, awesome. So did you feel like you kind of worked hard in college and you wanted to continue on after college?
It wasn't what I expected. They found me in one of the rec center gyms playing, and I wanted to play college basketball, but I went to a bigger school to get the college experience. Ended up walking on and had a good turnout from there. So I ended up getting a scholarship after a couple of years. But went to the University of Missouri, the Tigers. So it was a good fit for me. And then after that, I got discovered. So.
All right, awesome, great. So you say you started out as just a rookie level, and you really worked your way from the ground up. How would you describe where you started, what skill level you started, and where you see yourself now in the NBA?
Skill level was about average, but once I hit the weight room with all the Division I athletes, I put my mind to it, and I figured I had a lot of potential. A lot of guys told me I had a lot of potential, and from then on, I set goals for myself and said, look, this is what I really want to do, and I still have a lot of high expectations for being in the NBA. I'm still, I would say, making less than the average in the NBA. I would sit slightly towards the end of the bench, but I do work hard and I have high expectations.
Okay, great. What are some of the things about basketball that you just really enjoy? Just anything from day-to-day practice to big games. What are the things you like the most about basketball?
Game day is huge. I love the spotlight, the atmosphere, how hard the players actually play when they hit the court. Off game site, the personal workouts, the travel. Obviously, you have your perks for being in the NBA. Food, the rehab, all the stuff that you get after the game, after practices. But it's just open access to the gym is what I would consider myself a gym rat. I'm always in there, so the open access to all the facility space that we get. And I love to travel, so I get to meet new people. I'm not married, so it's more or less I get to go out and just have, I'm not worried about family at this point. It's all basketball. So. Okay,
so it seems like you're really dedicated to the sport, and
yeah.
Kind of takes up your whole day, and
pretty much.
You love everything about it. Okay. Yeah. Now, besides those things, loving the hard work on the court and game days and practice and working out and just getting better, are there some things that frustrate you about basketball that kind of irritate you, annoy you, just make you uncomfortable? What are a few things you just really get to you about basketball that you don't like?
The media takes a toll. You're always getting interviewed. You're always getting haggled, I guess. There's a lot that comes down to it where sitting on the end of the bench, you don't get the attention that the superstars get, and I'm striving to get better, especially when you try to get more playing time. It's frustrating when other guys are getting all the attention, and you set high expectations for yourself, and when you don't meet them, I guess it's frustrating because I get a little stressed out. I work probably harder than our superstars on the Phoenix Suns, and they just it's almost second nature for them to go out and score 35 points a game, and I'm only getting there like 5 or 6 minutes sometimes a game. So that's frustrating. But a lot of it is, how much playing time I get, because I do like to play, and it's just how much time I put in off the court. That's a little frustrating, but can maybe lead to some of the stress that I may be experiencing, but we'll see.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not uncommon for elite athletes to feel like if you're not in the starting lineup, you feel like you're putting in just as much work as everybody else, and you're not quite getting the treatment that they're getting, the spotlight they're getting. So would you put basketball, think of your life as a totem pole.
Okay.
And you have work, school, family, sports. Where do you place basketball on that totem pole?
I would put it near the top. Absolutely. I guess because I wouldn't say a perfectionist, but if I got something I want to put my mind to, I'm going to put it at the very top. And right now, basketball is my life. I don't think I'd put anything above it right now.
Okay. So we're thinking that all this dedication, all the high expectations you're putting on yourself, it's a lot of self-pressure. It's giving you that stress and just irritating you when you don't achieve.
I guess you could say that.
Okay. I think this is something we can definitely work on. It seems that we've kind of unveiled a little something that's getting to you that we could improve on and help your performance and your enhancement. And it seems like something that I could use some mental skills training with you on. Have you ever heard of mental skills training?
I have not.
Okay.
Not very.
A lot of sports psychologists specialize in mental skills training. It's a very beneficial technique to use. It's something that we can work together on and practice together. You can practice it on your own. It's just daily practices that both mentally and physically can help you improve your sport performance. There are a lot of common techniques that athletes will use, such as breathing, relaxation, imagery, goal setting, self-talk, tons of options. So we can pick and choose what works best for you, and we can start working on it and see if that's something that you feel is going to help you. Does that sound about good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Now the next thing I want to hear about, I want you to just tell me about the most recent time you've dealt with setting these high expectations and just dealing with such stress of the pressure you put on yourself. Just give me just the most recent time this happened. Start from the beginning of the day and tell me how it ended up.
Last week we were in Charlotte playing the Bobcats, and it was a normal day. Woke up, had breakfast with our team, 7 or 8 a.m., usually 7 to 8. We get out 9:30, 10. We get out in the gym. We have our own personal workouts for a little while. I got brought in the office around lunchtime. One of our guys went down with a tweaked ankle. Our starting number 2 guard, who also plays the point. And bells went off my head thinking maybe I'll get playing time. And coach, next thing he said, you're going to be starting. And I said, well, we have a great shot against the Bobcats, to get back on pace. We had lost 2 in a row, and maybe it's my time to shine. Deserve, maybe more playing time if I stepped up. I didn't have a good shooting day. It was 3 for 11. It was very, very frustrating to have that opportunity, especially in front of some family back here in Charlotte, and it was a big letdown, I would say. I guess I did put a lot of pressure on myself, and wasn't very happy after the game. But we had that whole day from lunchtime till game time. I was amped up, getting ready. Called people up, said, hey, come to the game. We'll be playing a lot, and it was a huge letdown for the performance I put on.
Okay, I can see where you just set the bar real high for yourself, and it just didn't go exactly the way you wanted, and you took it out hard on yourself. And I feel like that's something that, a mental skills technique that I can teach you, that you can practice at whatever time works best. If you need it before the game, after the game, we'll see what you need. And I think that's something that'll help you not only understand that you maybe need to lighten the load on yourself some, and basketball's a team sport, so it's not it doesn't have to all be on your shoulders. And then when things do happen like that, these techniques can also help you deal with the stress, relieve some of it, maybe prepare so you don't get it as much. So that's what I want to work on in our next session. For now, I just want to wrap up and kind of, take what we talked about here today and get prepared for another session, we can start working on a mental skills technique.
Okay.
You told me a lot of interesting things about your past experiences and where you currently stand with basketball. We seem to have discovered the issue, or at least one of the issues that maybe you're here today. And does the mental skills training and working on the stress and expectations sound like something you want to work on with me?
Yeah, I think after speaking with you a little bit, I'm starting to get that sense. I think we should probably work on it.
Great, great. Well, what I want to do is set up another meeting with you to start working on these techniques. Whatever time works best for you, we can talk about it after the session. I just want to help you overcome setting such high expectations for yourself, handle the stress a little bit better. And,
Okay.
it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, so we'll start from the beginning and just see where it takes us.
All right.
We might try some breathing techniques
Okay.
that you can use before the game. We might try some progressive muscle relaxation you can use right before game time to
Okay.
kind of calm the body. We can do imagery and self-talk.
Okay.
We'll see which one fits best for your situation.
Sounds great.
Awesome. All right. So we'll set up another time that works well to meet again. Do you have any other questions for me about what we talked about or anything for the future?
No, I didn't know what to expect, but I'm very glad I came in, and I think you've opened. I came in a little closed-minded, but I'm leaving a little more open-minded and ready to work with you, I guess. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, good. That's what we like to hear, and I want you to just feel like you can benefit from being here with me. I don't want you to feel like you're forced to be here.
All right.
So thank you again for coming to see me
Thank
today.
you very much.
And just remember that you can talk to me anytime about anything. Everything remains confidential.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Good job, Kev.